Hi everyone, Mustafa here. Hope all is well. Today I'm doing a book review on a book called Getting Real by 37 Signals. It's an absolutely amazing book. 37 Signals is the company that created Basecamp, which is a project management software. Today, as I checked, they have about over 2.8 million subscribers. So these guys, they seem to know what they're doing, and they're sharing their experience on how to design a web application in this book. However, the concepts and the ideas that they're sharing in the book, you can use it in a web application, in a product design, in a service design, in your process designs, and pretty much everywhere else in life. Very, very important, very, very, very powerful. I really wish that I read this book maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And if I did, it would have made a huge impact on my life. I actually own a software, WordPress plugin called WP Spellcheck, which does proofreading for your WordPress websites, trying to find, it finds spelling errors, grammar errors, broken code, SEO opportunities, and the rest of it. If I read this book 4 years ago, it would have saved us light years of headaches and frustrations and resources, and we would have been a lot more profitable and the rest of it. So I'm going to read some notes that I've taken from the book and share the ideas with you. And I strongly suggest that you pick up the book and read it. It's actually a free book that you can download it on their website. So if you search "Getting Real" by 37 Signals, you'll see the link to their free PDF of the book. And you can also actually buy the book on Amazon if you want a print format. So let me get and dig into the ideas. Pardon me as I'm reading through my notes on my phone and sharing the ideas with you. So he says, or they say, that when they were designing the product or the software, here's what they kept in mind. If it wasn't essential, we left it out. If it was not essential, they left it out. So they asked the question, does this matter? And if the answer was no, they left it out. Does the client care about this? If the answer is no, they left it out. And then they try to stick to the important stuff and what really matters. Essentials. It's very, very important. Most of the time you see a lot of softwares that add a lot of options to it. They add a lot of bells and whistles to it. And I'm going to go over how that's going to hurt you here in a bit. He says, when we started on Backpack, which is another application that they have, our enemy was a structure and rigid rules. So they were trying to follow too much structure and rigid rules that wasn't allowing them to innovate and make things happen. When it came to size, he says, nimble, agile, less mass businesses can quickly change their entire business model, product, feature set, and marketing message. So if it's small, it's better. In the software world, the bigger the software becomes, the harder it becomes to maintain. The more you have work you have to do, the more it breaks, maybe conflicts with other softwares in different environments. So it becomes a lot harder to maintain and update and the rest of it. But if you keep it simple, if you keep it organized and to the point, then you don't have that problem anymore. So when it came to the design, here are things that don't matter. These things don't matter. Too much detail does not matter. Too specific does not matter. If it doesn't change your behavior, it doesn't matter. The best designers are the ones that can determine what does not matter. Again, the best designers are the ones that can determine what doesn't matter. So not the guys that are coming up constantly with ideas that really don't matter. Innovation is not about saying yes to everything. It's about saying no to all but the most crucial features. Okay? So he says, for every new feature, you need to say no. Every new offer, every new thing that you want to come up with or add to the list or to the product, you need to first say no. Force the feature to prove its value. If no, again, you stop. If yes, you continue and you work on developing the feature on your product. So, but you have to say no first. Customer service. This is very important. Don't worry about tracking and saving each customer that comes in. Let your customers be your memory. If it's really worth remembering, they'll remind you until you can't forget. Okay, so just because one guy showed up and says, "Boo, I don't like the color of your software," or I don't like this thing in your product, you're not going to turn around and then put the entire team on changing it based on what that one customer wants. Now, this may sound pretty, simple and easy to understand, but I actually went through this problem. Customer emails and says, "Oh my God, I don't like this." So bam, we just change it around because one guy said, "I don't like it." Okay. Just because X number of people asked for something doesn't mean you should do it. Stick to your vision. So if what they're asking is not part of your vision, part of how your software or product or service should operate, you just ignore it, right? Doesn't matter. Some people, they just want different things. So you just have to stick to your vision. Here's another very important, powerful concept. Ask people what they don't want. So bring them in front of your software, bring them in front of your product or service, and ask them what they do not want. Okay, and then take out the stuff that they don't want. And this obviously has to be done with a few people. So it's not like one guy telling you that, "Oh, I don't like this," and then you take it out. So you have to do your research and spend your time on it. That's another important one. Another one, reduce the options or no options at all. The reason that these guys actually grew to $2.8 million is because it's very simple. They keep their stuff simple. It's not complicated. Too many options complicates and confuses people. He says, make the decision for them. They do not want to make decisions. Okay, so keep that in mind. Eliminate confusion. Make sure that there's nothing confusing in there. Any part of your software, any part of your website, any part of your service, product, your processes. If it's confusing, you need to eliminate it or add a feature or try to eliminate the confusion for them. Constantly search for trouble spots that create confusion and frustration. I just heard of this story where Disney actually has people walking around Disneyland finding spots that people are slowing down and trying to find out what's confusing them, what's frustrating them, and then trying to eliminate the cause and source of confusion by adding signs, by naming and renaming buildings and roads and whatnot to eliminate the confusions in there. And the last point here says, build a tool that requires zero training. Okay, so if you have a product or service, try to build it so it doesn't require any training. It's very simple, people understand, or very little training. You don't want to leave it for people to try to figure everything out. And by these guys that have applied these principles and they got 2.8 million users, I think that the concepts work. I applied these concepts to our software right away, and we saw results right away. It's very relieving. It's very relaxing when you try to keep it simple, when you stick to your vision and do all the good things with the concepts, and grow your software and your business and your practice. Anyway, I hope that this review helped you. Do pick up the book. It's free, but it's worth $1 million. Read it, and if you like it, leave me a comment. Get in touch if you have any questions. If you like the video, please hit like, share it, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And we always come up with videos on reviewing books that I read, or different marketing or business concepts or problems that we encounter with our clients. Have yourself a great day, and looking forward to the service support. Mustafa Hosseini, your business marketing coach. Bye-bye.